I promised I'd make a true infinite theory video some time ago, so here it is, at last. A real infinite theory that came out after Sonic Forces. Here you go.
Weak.
I was talking to my younger brother the other day about Sonic Forces, and I shared with him an idea that I've thought about for a while. The Infinite in Sonic Forces is a Phantom Ruby clone. This might sound a bit cheap at first, but let me explain. The first time we see Infinite, he is in a capsule in Eggman's base, for no explained reason. In episode Shadow, we saw that Infinite just put on a mask and then put the ruby on his chest, so why was he in a capsule being analysed by Eggman? He was also fully conscious by the looks of things too. My theory is that he was in that capsule to project his ruby powers. Think about it. Infinite has to focus on keeping so many illusions active across the planet. If any character distracted him, then surely they would disappear. But nothing can distract him because the real Infinite for the entire game is in the capsule. So why would there only be one Infinite clone? Well, the Infinite we see in-game, which I will simply refer to as the Infinite clone, uses the powers of the Phantom Ruby. The real Infinite will have to put a lot of energy into transferring his powers to the clone, while also helping it maintain a more realistic appearance, which is why the Infinite clones seen in the first battle look more fake and are much easier to defeat, since they only take one hit before they disappear. Compare that to bosses like Zavok, who actually take an actual fight for those illusions to be taken down. This also explains Infinite's weird disappearance at the end of Sonic Forces. Like with characters such as Phantom Zavok, Infinite began to fade and glitch out of existence before being called back to one of the towers within Eggman's fortress, as if he was being called back to a signal tower which was projecting him. Most people will say that this is just Eggman calling him back, but why would Infinite then let Eggman take the ruby? He is far too powerful, and clearly Eggman isn't in control of him, since this was the only time in the game when Infinite suffered for failing to do his job. Unlike with other characters like the Deadly Six, who are constantly forced to obey against their will. So what's really happened when Infinite vanished? Since Orbot and Cubot were not in the final scenes leading up to Eggman taking the Phantom Ruby, it's safe to assume that they were in the fortress where the real Infinite was being kept. After watching Infinite's clone fail for the last time, Eggman would have ordered the two robots to deactivate Infinite's capsule and take the ruby while he was still dazed and exhausted. By removing him from the capsule and taking the ruby, the clone vanished. I also think this theory explains the mask. Infinite claims to wear a mask to hide his face, but it never comes off. He gets kicked about so much, and not once does that thing come loose. A clone would not lose any accessories because they're not real, but the real Infinite would have lost that mask a long time ago. I also like to think that the mask is to help him breathe while he's in the liquid-filled capsule, since it does cover his nose, mouth, and eyes. Perhaps the real Infinite is still the same character Shadow defeated, and Eggman's actually mind-controlling him to act more violent, maybe even controlling him using the mask. Maybe Infinite has no control of anything, which is why he is securely locked in a capsule, because if he ever had the chance, he would run away. Maybe he would even be a good guy or an anti-hero. The possibilities are infinite. Kill me. Anyway, it's just a short little theory I had, and I felt like sharing it, since there haven't been many Infinite theories after Sonic Forces was released. What do you guys think? Do you think that Infinite in the game is actually an avatar for the real Infinite, who is locked away in Eggman's base? Or do you just believe that the real Infinite is the one we see? As always, I love hearing your thoughts, so be sure to leave them in the comments below. I'm Lord Danny, signing out.